I'd like to take a second and clear up some confusion some people seem to have about the distinction between the word atheist and the word agnostic. People seem to use these terms as if they're mutually exclusive terms. They talk about them as if each one is a different degree on the same continuum, maybe a spectrum of disbelief. So if you're not sure if there are any gods, then you're an agnostic. If you're sure there are no gods, then you're an atheist. Well, that's not actually the way most of us use those terms, who use those terms to describe ourselves. The way I use those two terms, they both apply to me. I am both an atheist and an agnostic. See, they both actually answer different questions. In my mind, if you say, do you believe there are any gods? And I say, no, I don't, that makes me an atheist, an atheist. But if you ask me, are you sure there are no gods? My answer is no, I'm not sure. So that makes me an agnostic. It means I don't know. So both words apply to me. One's a question of belief and one's a question of knowledge. And for the sake of this particular distinction, I would distinguish between those two different questions. Incidentally, as a side note, I really don't care for the word atheist too much, mostly because it defines me in terms of what other people believe. Or more accurately, it defines me in terms of what I don't believe. If you're going to ask me that question, a more accurate answer would be that I'm a polyatheist because there are many gods I don't believe in. Come to think of it, that's actually true of almost everyone that I know, including my Christian friends. But I would rather use a word like humanist to define myself because it actually talks about things that I do believe. But that's a talk for another time. So I would call myself both an agnostic and an agnostic atheist. I don't believe any gods exist, but I'm also not absolutely certain. For example, the god of deism could be a real thing. But deism doesn't really make any supernatural claims. There's no claims that could be tested, and so it can't be disproven. It's also not very relevant to daily life, so I'm not sure what the point would be. But my point is that it's possible that some gods could exist. I just haven't come upon any that I believe in myself. So I'm both an agnostic and an atheist. So I hope this clears up some confusion that people have when they use those two terms. My name is Neil Carter, and I blog at Godless and Dixie.